All right, so you're thinking about hiring a SolidWorks developer.
Well, that's great. We're going to cover the most important things you'll need to know.
So you can hire the right person for the job.
Even if you don't know the first thing about CAD software.
And we're going to try and do it all in under a minute.
That's right. No time to waste.
In fact, if you're really pressed for time, head over to theperfectdeveloper.com.
And try their 5 questions tool.
It's seriously the fastest way to find developers who perfectly match what you need.
That's right. It can be a lifesaver.
But let's dive in. What exactly is a SolidWorks developer?
Well, first things first.
Is this like a website coder, but for like machines?
Kind of. They use SolidWorks software,
Yeah.
but they're not just programmers.
Gotcha.
Think of them as digital engineers. They create 3D models, test how parts fit together,
Oh, cool.
even simulate how a product will work in real life.
Wow.
We're talking everything from airplanes to toasters,
Okay,
all designed in SolidWorks.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So what should I actually be looking for? When I'm hiring someone, what are the make or break skills?
Definitely SolidWorks expertise, obviously,
Right.
but they also need a strong engineering background. That's where the perfectdeveloper.com really shines.
Okay.
Their matching system factors that in. You don't want just a button pusher. You need someone who understands the engineering behind the designs.
Interesting.
And don't forget, problem solving is key. Things will go wrong,
Right.
and your developer needs to be able to think on their feet.
Okay, gotcha. So how much is this going to cost me?
Give it to me straight.
Yeah.
Salaries can range honestly, anywhere from $40,000 to over $120,000 a year.
Wow. Okay.
Location experience, the industry you're in,
Yeah.
it all plays a part.
Yeah.
But you can get really specific salary info on the perfectdeveloper.com
Oh.
based on your exact needs.
Okay, so a big range, but at least I know where to start.
Mhm.
Now, should I be thinking full-time employee freelancer?
Yeah.
What's the best rate?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it totally depends on your project. Full-time gives you dedicated expertise,
Right.
but obviously comes at a higher cost.
Of course.
Freelancers can be more flexible and budget-friendly, but they might not be available instantly if something urgent comes up.
This is a lot to consider.
Yeah.
What's the best way to even start finding these SolidWorks gurus?
Well, honestly,
Yeah.
LinkedIn is great for finding experienced professionals. You can check out their work history and see if they've done projects similar to yours.
Okay.
And don't underestimate the power of your network. Maybe someone you know already has the perfect SolidWorks developer in their contacts.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I've got some candidates. How do I know if they're the real deal? What separates the pros from the amateurs? Yeah.
Don't just glance at their portfolio, analyze it. Look at the complexity of their past projects.
Okay.
Does their experience match your needs? Don't be afraid to ask for references too.
Gotcha.
Talk to their previous employers, see what they were like to work with.
So like a background check for their SolidWorks skills.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I think that covers the basics, right?
I think we've definitely hit the high points.
Yeah.
But remember, the perfectdeveloper.com is an incredible resource if you want to go even deeper. They've got tons of info articles, even experts who can help you through every step of the hiring process.
All right, folks, before we move on, remember, try the 5 questions now at theperfectdeveloper.com.
Yes, definitely.
It's the fastest way to find the best developers for your project, seriously. Now we've tackled the basics of finding a SolidWorks developer. But what about building a team of them?
Yes, that's next. Welcome back. So you found your SolidWorks superstar, but
Oh,
one person doesn't make a team. How do you build a whole squad of SolidWorks ninjas?
That's what I want to know. It's like I found my Michael Jordan, but
Yeah.
I need the rest of the Chicago Bulls,
Exactly. And it all starts with a shared vision.
Go ahead.
What are your team goals? What are you trying to achieve together?
Right.
Once everyone understands a big picture,
Yeah.
the individual tasks make more sense.
So it's like we're all here to build the coolest, most innovative, whatever it is, and then everyone's excited to play their part.
Exactly. And never underestimate the power of good communication. Regular meetings, brainstorming sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the ideas flowing. Keep everyone in the loop.
Okay, communication is just part of it. What about the tools they need? I can't just give them pencils and paper and say, go design a rocket.
Of course not. They need powerful computers,
Right, yeah.
the right software licenses,
Right.
all the bells and whistles.
Sure.
And don't forget collaboration tools, project management software, version control.
Yeah.
These are the things that keep everyone working together smoothly.
Okay.
The perfectdeveloper.com actually has a bunch of articles about setting up the perfect tech stack
Oh, cool.
for your SolidWorks team.
It's like they're amazing athletes, but they still need the right equipment to perform at their best.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what about when things get tense? Because let's be real, conflicts happen even on dream teams.
Yeah, conflict is inevitable,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to be a disaster. The key is to address it head on. Encourage your team to speak up, but also to listen to each other. Sometimes you might need to step in and mediate,
Right.
help them find a compromise.
So be the referee when the game gets a little too rough.
Exactly. And remember, every project is different.
Right.
Sometimes you need a quick fix, sometimes it's a massive long-term thing.
Okay, so how do I make sure my SOLIDWORKS team can handle any challenge I throw at them?
Cross-training is key.
Okay.
If your 3D modeler can also do simulations, that's a huge asset. And don't be afraid to bring in outside help if you need specialized expertise. A
Gotcha.
freelancer, a consultant, whatever makes sense for the project.
Got it. So we've talked about building the team, equipping them, making sure they can work together smoothly.
Right.
But how do I make sure they stick around?
Yeah.
These are SOLIDWORKS rock stars, after all. I don't want them getting poached.
Retention is huge.
Yeah.
Competitive salary is obviously important, but it's not everything. Offer professional development opportunities.
Okay.
Send them to conferences, get them certified in new areas of SOLIDWORKS.
So show them they've got a future here, not just a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of a positive work environment.
Okay.
Flexibility recognition for their hard work.
Yeah.
These things matter.
So it's not just about skills and projects. It's about building a company culture where they feel valued and want to stay.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Mhm.
Now I've got my dream team. They're happy. They're working well together. But how do I make sure they're actually producing top-notch work?
Right.
That's where project management comes in, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we've built our dream team of SOLIDWORKS wizards.
Yeah.
They're happy. They're motivated.
Right.
But now what? How do we actually manage all these geniuses
Right.
and make sure they're producing amazing work?
That's where project management comes in. It's the art of turning those brilliant ideas into tangible, real-world products without descending into chaos.
Gotcha.
Think of it as conducting an orchestra. You need to make sure all the instruments are playing in harmony.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So what's the conductor's secret? To keep the music flowing and avoiding any off-key notes.
It all starts with a rock-solid plan, a detailed roadmap that outlines every step of the project. Think of it like a blueprint, not just for the product, but for the entire process.
Okay.
You need clear objectives, deliverables, timelines, the whole shebang.
So basically, we need to be organized from day one.
Absolutely. Break the project down into smaller tasks.
Gotcha.
Assign them to specific team members, set deadlines.
Okay.
It keeps everyone accountable and on track.
Right.
And don't forget about those project management tools we talked about earlier.
Right.
They're lifesavers for keeping track of all the moving parts.
Right. Those digital project managers that keep everything organized.
Exactly.
But even with the best plans and tools, things can go sideways, right?
Yeah.
What happens when a wrench gets thrown into the gears?
Flexibility is key. Things change, priorities shift, unexpected challenges pop up.
Sure.
Don't be afraid to adjust the plan.
Right.
Make sure everyone is aware of those changes. Communication is your best friend when it comes to managing those inevitable curveballs.
So it's like, okay, team, we need to change direction.
Right.
Here's the new plan. Let's do this.
Exactly. Keep everyone in the loop and don't panic.
Gotcha.
A little flexibility goes a long way. And while staying on schedule is important,
Right.
don't forget about the quality of the work. A finished product is useless if it doesn't actually work or meet your standards.
Of course. Okay, so how do we make sure our SOLIDWORKS team is delivering top-notch, flawless designs?
Establish clear quality standards from the beginning. What are your expectations for accuracy, detail, functionality?
Right.
Make sure everyone understands those standards and implement quality checks throughout the project.
So we're not just waiting until the end to see if it all works.
Exactly. Peer reviews are a great way to catch errors early on.
Okay.
Have team members review each other's work, provide feedback,
Gotcha.
and ensure it meets those quality standards.
Okay.
And of course, rigorous testing is essential. You need to make sure your SOLIDWORKS creations actually function in the real world.
Right, they got to work.
Right.
All right, so we've got our plan. We're communicating effectively. We're keeping an eye on quality.
Right.
Anything else I need to know to be a SOLIDWORKS project management guru?
Remember, your job as a manager is to empower your team.
Okay.
Give them the tools, the support, and the freedom to be creative,
Yeah,
and they'll blow you away with what they can accomplish.
that's a good point.
And if you ever feel lost or overwhelmed,
Yeah,
you know where to turn. ThePerfectDeveloper.com.
of course.
They have a wealth of resources to help you navigate any SolidWorks challenge.
Seriously, folks, head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and try their 5 questions tool.
Yes, definitely.
It's the fastest, easiest way to find the perfect developers for your project.
For sure.
And they've got tons of articles and advice on building and managing a successful SolidWorks team.
Absolutely. You've been listening to The Deep Dive. Until next time, happy designing.